Hey everybody, welcome to my crazy beautiful world where I'm your crazy beautiful girl, Kiana Pratt. And today we are going to be covering a topic called CPNs and how to use them. Okay, so if you're one that has been looking to figure out how to build your CPN, meaning that you already have one and you're trying to figure out how to get the maximum uses out of that CPN, you want to stay tuned for this episode. If you are one that is interested in getting a CPN and wants to figure out the best possible ways to be able to do that, you want to stay tuned in this episode. Now, anyone as well that has any questions about what a CPN is, what you can use a CPN for, and how a CPN can be used, and the similarities between a CPN and an SSN, I want you guys to stay tuned for this episode, okay? Because by the end of this segment, you will understand all of these questions. Every single question that I have mentioned will be answered for you in this segment, okay? So make sure to stay tuned, and I'll go ahead and get right on into answering these questions for you, okay? Okay, so getting right on into our segment today. Again, thank you guys for tuning into My Crazy Beautiful World, and I am your crazy beautiful girl, Kiana Pratt. And today I am here to discuss with you guys a very important topic about credit. Okay, so some people are dealing with a lot of issues when it comes to their SSNs and are undergoing credit sweeps or bankruptcies and different things like that, and maybe will not want to take the time that is necessary to clean up their SSN. So there is an alternative solution called a CPN. And so I want to get some of these answers out because I have been getting a lot of calls about CPNs, people asking questions about what they are, how to use them, and all that kind of stuff. So I will make sure that I answer those questions today. Now, briefly, what I want to do first is just give you guys a testimonial about myself and about my background, and why I am one of the people in this particular situation that can help you, and the reason why that is mainly is because I used to be in a situation similar to you. Okay, as you guys know, my name is Kiana Pratt, and I have been in credit repair, like just in credit repair, trying to restore and repair credit for like the past 10 years. Okay, now when I first started off, my credit was about like a 569. That was like my highest credit score. Okay, so my FICO was a little low, and so I couldn't get qualified for like loans. I couldn't get qualified for credit cards. I couldn't get qualified for cars. I couldn't get qualified for, the items that I really wanted to purchase. I didn't have the credit to be able to go in and get those type of items. So what I had to do was I had to learn how to fix credit myself. So what I did was I went to school. I learned how to fix credit. I learned how to dispute things off of your credit, like late payments, medical bills, collections, different things like that. Okay, and that's basically how I got into it. Now, I am proud to say that my credit score, one of my lowest credit scores is a 769, okay? And one of my highest credit score at this moment is an 824, okay? So things look up for me, and I want things to look up for you as well. So what I'm going to be getting into today is how I was able to get my brand new vehicle. I just got a 2018 vehicle, very nice, brand new. When I drove off the lot, it had less than 100 miles. I'm very proud to say I was able to do that because of my credit. Now, I had a very, very, very low down payment. The interest is perfect on the car note. Is a great car note. Now, I just recently as well, I recently relocated, okay, my office and my home. So I was able to upgrade to something a lot better. It didn't cost me a whole lot more. It was just that my credit was able to put me in a situation where I didn't have to pay 2 or 3 times the deposit, which would have set me back, and maybe I wouldn't have been able to do that, with having to relocate in a house house and your business location all at the same time. Okay, and LA can be very expensive, so prices for real estate can sometimes be in the pricey range. So you want to make sure that your credit is excellent, so that they don't ask you for like 2 or 3 times the deposit, as well as the monthly rent, just to move in. Okay, because sometimes that can put a big dent into your savings. Now, I want to also say that in addition to getting a 2018 vehicle for myself, I've helped quite a few clients do this for themselves. Now, in addition to being able to qualify and move into a very nice luxury apartment, I have been able to help other clients do this as well. Now, everything that I'm mentioning, you can do with your CPN, okay? It will take steps to get you there, to build your CPN, but these are the type of things, the type of credit, these are type of credit situations that you can get into with your CPN, as well as with your SSN, if your SSN is in good standing as well. Okay, now, basically one of the last things that I wanted to mention. Now, I basically have about $150,000 in primary credit already set up on my profile. So, I have access to these funds to be able to do what I need to do with them. And like I said, I was able to start from the ground up and build my way to where I am now. So I want to, just encourage you guys on your journey to let you know that, you can use your CPN to get an apartment. You can use your CPN to get a car. You can use your CPN to get credit cards. You can use your CPN to build a whole brand new life, okay? So please take into consideration what I am trying to teach you. Okay, so a CPN is basically a brand new credit profile, and we're going to get into that next, discussing how you start building the CPN, okay? But basically, these are some of the things that you can do with your CPN that I was able to do, okay? So keep watching, and I will let you know the next steps that you will need in order to move forward, so that you can do the same things, okay? Everybody, so moving forward, I'm here to get into the what and the how, okay? So how do you build that credit profile? Now, for some of you, you already have a CPN number. So you went through a legal company, or you went through a firm, or you went through a company like mine, an LLC, that, generates credit privacy numbers for you, so that you can basically have a zero credit profile established for your name. Now, some people actually do this in not just their names. They can do it in businesses. Our companies does not choose to put CPNs in business names. Unfortunately, right now, we do not have the trade lines for businesses. We have personal trade lines. So we can help you with funding. However, it would have to be personal funding for your business, not business funding for your business. Okay. So, and you can find more details about that information, or you can request details as well if you give us a call, or if you want to send an email to me. Okay. So now basically let's get into it. So everybody that's got a CPN and needs to know how to build it, lenders, what they look for is a mixed level of accounts on your credit profile, okay? So they're going to look for a combination between authorized user trade lines and primary trade lines. Now remember, previously I told you I have $150,000 in primary trade lines already set up under my account. Okay, now I didn't mention to you how much I had in authorized user trade lines, but just to give you an understanding of what I was able to establish under my name alone, okay? So now, of course, I had to use authorized user trade lines to help me get there. But through the process, like I said, I was able to acquire that type of funding through my personal credit. Okay, now moving forward. Now, you want to have, like I said, authorized user trade lines and primary trade lines on your credit report. Now, I have done a video on primary trade lines. I mentioned one called Rental Karma. Now, Rental Karma is a good primary trade line, and they also have one called Rent Reporters. Now, I'm mentioning these two trade lines because they actually come with 2 years of seasoning on them, okay? So most primary trade lines are not going to have any season to them. Okay, basically what they're going to do is the day that you open that account is going to be the day that that account started. There's not going to be any previous payment history that you'll be able to acquire with most primary trade lines. Okay, and I'm going to do a specific video again on primary trade lines that I promote and that I suggest for certain clients to get when they are looking for funding. But basically, a primary trade line is a trade line that you establish in your name from day one. However, with Rent Reporters and Rental Karma, they will give you up to 2 years of previous rental history. So basically, when you start from day one, it'll start as 2 years. It'll start saying that you've paid on time for 2 years. So it gives you a little more of a boost, almost similar to an authorized user trade line. So for instance, if you have an authorized user trade line and it has 3 years of history on it, you've acquired 3 years of on-time payments when you add that card to your credit profile. Okay. Now, you also add their credit limit. So if that card that had 3 years of on-time payments had a credit limit of $18,500, then you've acquired 3 years of on-time payments for a card that's value is $18,500. Okay. So basically what that does is it gives you immediate credit boost. Now with our company, we also have trade lines that are a little more seasoned than 3 years. Okay. But we have trade lines that basically go into 2 tiers, tier 1 and tier 2. But any trade line that you can start off with that'll give you years of history is going to be an excellent one for you, okay? I also promote the Horizon Gold card, but the limit is quite low. It's a $500 credit limit, okay? So it's not going to give you as much of a boost as you like. It's not going to give you the years of seasoning, but again, it's a trade line that will post. It'll get you going, but it's only going to post to Equifax. It will not post to Experian and TransUnion as well, okay? So sometimes you got to kind of piece these things together so you can see how you can make the best credit profile within your financial budget. Okay, because we have some people that come to us and they're like, look, you know, I have $10,000 that I'm willing to invest into my credit. You know, what can you guys do for me? What's the best solution that is going to get me to, you know, a budget where I can get, you know, $100,000 of funding or $50,000 worth of funding or, you know, whatever it is that they're looking for. So they're basically investing into their credit to pull something out. They're either trying to pull out a car, they're trying to pull out a house, they're trying to pull out an apartment, they're trying to pull something out of their credit. So they have saved up the money to invest in their credit so it won't cost them more for a down payment for a car or for a down payment for a house, you know, all of these different things. So it's basically being smarter with your money and making your money work harder for you since you have to work hard for it, right? So basically that is the deal with how to build a CPN. We also have a CPN builder manual that you guys can purchase. You guys can give us a call at the number listed below or send us an email. But these manuals are for purchase, guys. You know, these videos, I'm giving all of the information that I can absolutely free for you guys to understand what you guys can do, what you guys can search, what you guys can Google. But if you absolutely have to have our information, understand, guys, this information costs us to put it together. So it will cost you in order to, get the information that we are able to give you so that you can build your CPN in the fastest manner possible. Okay, so now moving on, I wanted to touch the topic. Everybody that's looking to get a CPN, I wanted to let you know, please, please, please make sure that you understand a CPN is an absolutely legal thing to have. It's an absolute legal thing to use. So there's no way for you, there's no reason for you to get a CPN in someone else's name. Okay. Now I have people call me, hey, you know, I want to get 10 CPNs. I want to drop 5 stacks with you. You know, what kind of deal can you give me? And I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I can't give you any deal, first of all, because anybody calling me trying to look for 10 CPNs at one time, you know, that's going to put a red flag into my head, okay? So I personally like to deal with people that, you know, are legit their self and, you know, want to maybe, if you're trying to get 10 CPNs, maybe for one of each one for you and, you know, your 9 brothers and sisters, you know, I completely understand that. But understand our prices are firm. We don't adjust our prices. We don't do deals and different things like that because it costs us to do business. So it's going to cost you to do business with us, okay? And our CPNs are completely legit. They come tri-merge with TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, so they come ready to build credit, okay? Now, there are a lot of people that sell CPN, so you can go through them, but like I said, not very many people are going to give you the tools to actually build that CPN, and that's where we come in very handy. Like I said, you could just purchase the CPN builder manual if you already have a CPN with somebody else, and you don't necessarily need us to build or generate a CPN for you, okay? But number one, make sure you get that CPN in your name, okay? So that when you go in and show your identification or anything for any purposes, like maybe to get a car, everything is in your name and it's legit, okay? So, now there is one more thing that I wanted to cover as well. Now, anybody that's just stuck, big question mark. What is a CPN? Okay, so let me explain this to you. There is a law that was created. It's like a privacy act stating that you do not have to expose or disclose your social security number to anybody for credit purposes. So basically, what they're stating is because so many people have been experiencing identity theft and people stealing their information, and then it's causing them so much hardship on the back end, there's a law that states that you do not have to disclose your SSN. So if you don't disclose your SSN, then what do you use? A CPN. You understand? It's a 9-digit number that it looks like a replica of your SSN. It's just it's just generated a little differently, okay? So you can only use it for credit purposes, okay? So I want to explain this. So before you guys get out of here, you guys have the answers that you need. You don't have to call me and ask me this question. Are they legal? You can Google it. You can, answer all of these questions on your own. If you get your CPN in your name, it is absolutely legal for you to use it. If you get your CPN in somebody else's name, now you can answer that question on your own, can't you? Okay? So now, basically, with the CPN, you can use it for credit cards. You can use it for a bank account. You can use it for loans, like personal loans. You can also use it for business loans if you're going to be the guarantee or the guarantor for that loan. But that can be a little sticky. So I normally, when I'm dealing with that kind of stuff, I like to deal with your SSN, and we can clean that up through a credit sweep, get you good in less than 60 days, and you will be going. But with your CPN, it starts off as a 0 credit profile. It's blank. It has no hard inquiries. It has no negative credit history associated with it. So you're good to go, ready to go. Okay, and basically what you do is you're going to set up a credit monitoring site like Credit Karma or Credit Check Total so that you can see your blank score and start building it from there, okay? So every time you add a line, if it's an authorized user trade line, it'll show up on your Credit Karma or your Credit Check Total. Or if you add a primary trade line like a Target card, a Capital One card, it'll show up on your credit report and it'll go to either Credit Karma or Credit Check Total, Wallet Hub, whichever ones you guys are with, okay? So if you guys have any questions about that part, please make sure to leave it in the comment box below so that I can get to those answers. I want to make sure that you guys are able to follow these steps to get your credit where you need it to be, even if you're trying to do it on your own, okay? My goal is to help as many people reach a 720 credit score as possible. So I have a couple places that I would like you to visit where I can give you guys more information, and I'll get that information to you right now. Hey, so I didn't forget, I wanted to make sure you guys had a way to remember this information, okay, because it's very important. Sometimes after you watch the video, you still, maybe didn't jot it down, maybe didn't understand it quite well. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be having a link in my description box below where you guys can download a checklist. And the checklist is going to have everything that I have mentioned in this list, everything that you need for your CPN. and how to build it. Okay, so it's going to be basically like a mini little CPN builder manual. Okay, we have, like I said, a CPN manual that is for purchase. You can give us a call if you guys would like to purchase that manual. However, we are offering one, it's just one pager. It's a one pager, and it's just going to have a checklist of the information that's going to help you be successful for your in using your CPN. Okay, so it's a free download. You just go ahead and print it out, and you can move forward with that information, and that way you'll always have it. Okay, and that way you can it will help you to implement this lesson that I really want you guys to learn. Now, I also have a Facebook group. Now, this Facebook group is for people that are trying to build, fix their credit on their own, and maybe have questions from time to time as they're looking at their credit report. They can send a screenshot, different things that you can't actually do on YouTube. Okay, so I have a Facebook group called 720 Credit LLC, and I will be leaving that link in the description box below. Now, this is a private group as of now. I have about only 30 members because they are very interested in trying to figure out how to improve their credit. So what you will have to do in order to join this group is you will have to submit a request. Okay, and again, the name of the group is called 720 Credit LLC, and we would love to have you guys as a part of our group. Now, again, before I get out of here, I want to remind you guys to like this video, comment, leave a comment in the comment box below. I want you guys to subscribe to my channel if you guys are trying to build your credit profiles and make them more attractive to lenders. If you're trying to get credit cards, if you're trying to get loans, if you're trying to start a business and you're trying to figure out how do I get funding, I want you guys to subscribe to the channel, okay? Because every video I will be releasing new information for you guys on how to get your credit score up to that 720 or above score, so that you guys will have all of the tools that you need to qualify for a good apartment, a good car, good credit cards, and all of these different type of things. So you have the tools that you need to build the type of future, that we all want here as Americans, okay? So, basically, again, I want you guys lastly to share this video with a friend, with a family member, with your social media platforms. If this video has been educational to you, or if this video has been inspirational to you, okay? And I want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in to my Crazy Beautiful World, where I'm your crazy beautiful girl, and we're going to be getting your credit scores up to 720 and above. LLC out.